Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Totally Broken Opinions. On today's episode, and today's Broken Opinions are all about the Summer Games Fest / Xbox / PlayStation / other game people's conferences and stuff. Because we're in the summer and all the new games get announced.
Yeah, just when no one actually wants to play games, everyone wants to go outside.
Yep. But there was Sony stuff, there was Xbox stuff, there was Ubisoft stuff, there was all other manner of other games, and we're going to be talking about them. We're going to be also having video, so if you're on our podcast feed, come on over to the YouTube channel and you'll get to see all of the stuff.
Yes, although we've got no faces, it's just the article we're using is it's a PC Gamer article.
There's loads. There's all manner of
Look at this, professional. We actually got sources and stuff.
Yeah. And we might play the video in the background with no audio, so you will get copyright strikes. But it's performance because we're talking over them. But yeah, so first things first, we had Sony's State of Play, I think, first. And nothing really major. It was more just God of War's coming to PC, Ragnarok. So obviously, PlayStation's been bringing their games to PC recently. To much of people's dismay, because they're trying to force you to have a PlayStation and Network account with it all. We covered that in a previous episode. And people probably aren't going to be very happy that they'll probably require a PSN account. So it's also going to probably be region locked to a lot of countries.
Yeah, which doesn't make sense for single player games, but we've all got a whole discussion about that on our other video.
Yeah.
What was it called? Why are gamers mad at Microsoft?
Why are gamers mad?
That's it.
Because, yeah, at Microsoft and Sony. And then you got some other basic stuff that I don't think anyone's really that fussed about. People were a bit disappointed. You got a new Astrobot game, which is the Sony mascot. This little fella.
Yeah, it does seem that sort of Sony's finally got their mascot for their sort of their franchise.
Well, they've had mascots in the past, but this is like the one that they've kind of kept because he's fun. But I don't know. But the whole reason we have this article is because Astrobot was the most wishlist game from Summer Games Fest, beating Doom, The Dark Age, and Gears of War E-Day, which are two big Xbox games that we'll get to. But I just found that funny.
Do you think I really love the Astrobot games?
Yeah,
they are really fun.
I don't finish them.
To be fair, you don't finish many games.
No, no.
It takes you a while to finish any game.
I'm playing Lego 2K Racers, a game that came out like last year.
Yeah.
Because I found it, and I was trying to, because that's the thing. I bought a PlayStation Portal recently, and I was like, I need to test this streaming's capability. So I did some Destiny 2 because of the new expansion. And then I was just like, what game, what's a racing game like? And has loads of graphic, pixels and things like that. So I just played Lego 2K. I really enjoyed it.
Couldn't you just stream it to your PC?
I could, but I also like having a handheld. And also that's custom built to do it. So it also works a lot better. Because I've done streaming to my PC before and it doesn't work very well.
Also, sorry for those who might have heard that my dog... Well, I've looked after my parents' dog for 2 weeks, and she just made a shake on the microphone.
Yeah. But anyway, back to the games that have been announced. We also had speaking of Lego, we had Lego Horizon Adventures, which is just Horizon Zero Dawn, but Lego.
Too bad. Sounds fun. I'll take it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. I like Lego games, as you can tell. We also had a Harry Potter game announced, Quidditch Champions. It looks like Fortnite.
It does. You are right.
I don't know if it is a Fortnite edition, but I think it's an independent game.
Who's it made by? What studio?
I don't know. Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. Let's have a look-see. A new game set in the Wizarding World is a development as Warner Brothers Games and Unbroken Studios. Officially announced. So, yeah, it's just basically like a multiplayer game, I assume.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't like Harry Potter. So
I mean, yeah, me and you are the same boat where we've not finished watching the franchise. You've barely seen
No,
anything.
I have finished watching the franchise. I just missed a chunk in the middle.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because I watched 1, 2, 3, and then the last one. Because I watched 1, 2, and 3 as a kid, and then I got dragged to the cinema to watch the last one when it came out. So yeah, I didn't care. But yeah, I mean, it could be good. It's Warner Brothers at this point.
I think the trouble is,
how many
a lot of these games, people just don't care about.
No.
Everyone's waiting for the next big game, and nothing is taking its spot.
Well, we'll get to the big games, because I think a lot of people are saying that Microsoft won this year for games, because they finally brought some games to the table. So we'll get to it.
Well, that's because they've been acquiring so many studios.
And shutting studios down.
And shutting other studios down, yes.
So that they can make way for their own studio games. Buy up all the competition and then cancel all the competition that makes interesting games and just run franchises. That's how you do it. But we'll get to it. But yeah, that's Harry Potter. We got No More Room in Hell 2. I didn't even know there was No More Room in Hell 1.
Ooh, it's a zombie game. Nice.
Yep, another one.
another one. Yep, you can't have enough, clearly. Do you think studios are running out of ideas for games? And they just feel like there's so much saturation now in every kind of market?
I think the problem that they have is they can't take risks.
Yeah.
So they go, what will sell? Zombies? Zombies still sell, right? As everyone loves another game that's, again, Microsoft Xbox that's coming out. Everyone's super hyped for that zombies game mode. We'll talk about Star Wars Outlaws. It had another teaser trailer, basically. Everyone's mad at its release structure because it's pre-order and get 3 days early access, or pay this much money and get like an entire campaign mission locked behind like £100 bundle pre-order.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's an insane release. I think this game looks interesting, but
do you find it mad how the Destiny DLCs, they've always been considered really expensive, but they're now a lot cheaper than base games? There was at a point where they were the same price as base games, but now they're not.
Okay, so what was it? It's Elden Ring. I think Elden Ring's bringing out its DLC. I can't remember what the name of it is. I don't follow Elden Ring that closely. But I think that price range is around 40 quid, if I'm right. I don't think it's free DLC. Let's Google that. That's not what I wanted to hear. I don't want to book a hotel. Yeah. So carry on with your thought, Dan.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just saying about how ridiculous game prices are now. And I know, there's a lot of developers, a lot of money goes behind things, but to be honest, most of it is the company taking the bigger share as opposed to the actual developers.
Yeah.
And do you think it's also because so many games are coming out, they need to sell, they can't buy, or people won't buy as many copies of the game? Unless it's a big game, people won't buy as many copies. Excluding Activision being greedy because they know they can.
Or Ubisoft.
Or EA.
Because it's like, or EA, or...
That's my point. It's just developer. It's not even the developers. It's the publishers being greedy.
Yeah.
Because I
don't think developers ever want to put DLC. Like, I think, it's, like old school DLCs were like Rockstar's Red Dead Redemption 1 had a DLC which was the zombie mode, the Undead Nightmare or whatever it is. I think that just came out for free. I don't think you had to pay. I think it maybe was like a couple quid. But I think game development is getting so expensive now, and studios will not have risk in anything, so they're not like what was it? It was God of Ragnarok gave away free DLC, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So it does happen, and I think everyone was happy about that because it then brought people back to the game, or people bought the game again. Elden Ring's DLC is 40 quid, which is basically paying for half a game at this point again. But I think the DLC is meant to be like 40 to 30 hours, and it's one of those games that's considered like high effort rather than just... It's going to be 30 to 40 hours of new like content crafted by some of the best people in gaming. So people are like, kind of acceptable. But I don't know. I think DLCs are very expensive and unnecessary. Like, a lot of them, I understand why. I kind of understand why. But I'm also like, I don't want that.
I think it depends on the amount of content you're bringing to the table. If you're bringing the amount of content of a new game, but you just don't want to make a new game.
I think Destiny, the problem that I have with them is they take them away now.
Well, they don't anymore.
Well, they did.
They did. That was a big problem.
So yeah, it was like, oh, you pay all this money, and then it's like, oh, you're giving it away. Like, I get giving it away cheaper or free at some stage, but charging full price and then giving it away or cancelling the DLC that you paid for is like, not a fan of that. We got another Civilization game. Have you ever played any of these? They're just like
I've played
strategy games.
Civ 6, I think. Or Civ 5.
I don't think I've ever played them. I don't think they're my type of game.
No, I find them just too long. I've not got the attention span for it.
I also don't care about history.
It's a strategy game.
Yeah, I know, but it's all the historical characters.
Yeah. No,
It's like you can play as Gandhi, can't you, and nuke people?
Possibly.
I think that's the Civilization games. Dragon Ball, whatever. Batman Arkham Shadow is a VR game, I think only for the Apple VR headset. So you gotta pay $3,500 to be able to play this game.
Right.
I don't know. I can't remember. I think I saw that it's what is it? What was it called? Arkham Shadow. Apple VR. Oh, MetaQuest free VR. It's only MetaQuest. Okay, it wasn't Apple. So you still have to pay for the Apple Quest free, but it's only on... At the moment, it's only on MetaQuest free. That's my bad. I knew it was one of the headsets that it was exclusive to. But yeah, what do you think, Dan, as a Batman fan? Is this going to make you buy a MetaQuest free?
I mean, to be fair, I do like the Batman Arkham games. I'm a bit confused about how there's another new one.
I didn't even read this MetaQuest free exclusive. So that's my bad. I was like, oh yeah,
Who's
that's
making
fine.
it? Rocksteady.
Camouflage. Oh, they did the Iron Man VR game that's coming out.
Well, I think Iron Man VR was apparently okay. Wasn't brilliant.
I didn't play it even though I wanted to. Because it was very expensive.
I don't know how it would work. How can you... You actually just have to
Well,
punch
they've had
enemies?
Batman VR games.
What'd you say?
There are Batman VR games on PlayStation and
Is
PC.
there? I don't know how they would work.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be
It's
quite cool
basically
if
just...
they just punch the enemies.
Yeah, it's... I can't remember. I did purchase one. I didn't think I ever got around to playing it. But, God, I'm so bad at keeping the video, like,
VR,
the relevant thing in the screen.
Do you think VR will actually take off, or do you think it's going to die?
Well, PlayStation VR 2, they've had to bring it to PC as the headset because they've now made it compatible with PC, so you can use it as a VR headset for PC because it wasn't selling on consoles. I think it's just the price point. I think they just need to keep losing money on it until they can get it down to a reasonable price.
But do you think VR gaming would take off?
I think if the world allows people to have time, yes. Because I think people will start looking for an immersion in stuff. But at the moment, people don't have time to immerse themselves that deeply, so they want to just have a game that they can pick up and play.
My biggest problem I have with VR is the moving
Space
of characters.
Yeah.
The fact that you have to use like a joystick or like the teleport mechanic.
You can buy those very expensive treadmills.
Well, no, that's my point. But I think until you can kind of sell it as an immersion theater, because that's when it actually works, like, you know, actually walking as a character.
I think we'll probably end up with more like a cinema experience where it's a bunch of people going to a room, putting on a VR headset, and then everyone starts interacting like a silent disco.
Well, yeah, but you can actually go to those places that have VR rooms, and you can get like a party of 6 people. And you can go in there, and they have a VR world set up around the actual physical world.
Yeah, I've seen them.
That's pretty cool, because then that feels immersive. And I think that's probably more of a place for VR rather than actually at home.
I think it's also they need to just make the space needed smaller, because so many people don't have massive Hollywood mansions that have rooms that are just empty and have space. Like, I'm trying to clear space in my room to make it so that I can use my VR headsets, but it takes time and effort.
But that's my opinion of VR. Anyway, next game.
Yeah. Street Fighter, whatever.
Yeah, I'm not really bothered about it. I know
it's just a trailer for a character coming to the new Street Fighter game that's already released, so not really that new and interesting. What were you gonna say, Dan?
I was just going to say I wasn't that interested in Street Fighter, but I think other people have been in the past.
Yeah, I think it's an okay game. I don't have any problem with it. We haven't played or care about this character because it's a character that you've probably already played in another game. Fighting games are all the same. You just hit people. That's going to cause so much anger. Blumhouse has announced games. I think Blumhouse is the people who do like movies and stuff. Like the scary horror games. Looks interesting. We got a Power Rangers game. We got a Mecha Break game. We got First Descendant. Free to play sci-fi looter shooter. So we've got yet another looter shooter, Dan. Are you going to play it?
No, because I'm playing Destiny.
Alan Wake 2's DLC.
I might actually play that, you know. Well, I want to play the first Alan Wake. I really enjoyed Control.
Yeah, I want to play. I think I've got both. I think I've got at least Alan Wake on something. I did want to play it. It's just I don't have the time to play a game that dense and weird. We got new Skate. Everyone loves Skate. Skateboarding. Then we got Valorant. More shit for Valorant.
Yeah, it's coming to consoles.
Yeah. Which will piss off people. Because I think it's one of those like Counter-Strike games where it's got a very toxic fan base that's very...
Every game is toxic.
Every shooter has a fucking toxic fan base. Then we got an Among Us clip showing what the TV show is. You're going to watch the animated Among Us?
I always think the Among Us story, for me, is really impressive considering what it actually is. It's such a small team of developers that work on that.
Oh, yeah. It was like 4 people, and then they'd cancelled making... They were going to make another one, and then everyone just started playing it. I do think, because they also made the Henry Stickmin collection, which was like the old school classic Flash game on like old PCs and stuff like that. And I do maintain that I think what happened was that game, like the Henry Stickmin collection, which was a combination of all the games, came out just before Among Us got popular.
Yeah.
And so I think what happened was people looked at what the studio had done before, and they saw that they'd made a multiplayer game, so I think people started playing that. I don't know how people found Among Us, but I think that is maybe the reason why people started looking at Among Us, because they were like, oh, I like this studio, what else have they done since? And then they found Among Us, which was from like 2018, and then they started playing it during COVID, and then because it was a social game, everyone picked up. So we got a Dune game coming, which is just a survival MMO. So this lovely cinematic reveal trailer won't be what the game looks like. Huh?
I genuinely thought this was a TV series.
Yeah, but this is just an MMO, so it won't look anything like this. We've already got a TV series coming with the Bene Gesserit people. But yeah, so this is just more Dune. Won't be playing it because I don't really do MMOs. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Great. Sliverhead. Fine. Delta Force Hawk Ops.
All right, let's move on to some of the actual big.
Oh, no, this is the other one I wanted to talk about. Killer Bean.
What the fuck is this? Is it just your bean?
No, this is... fuck me. Okay, so Killer Bean is, I think, some internet meme, and now it's getting a game.
I mean,
and
Google
it looks...
this.
Yeah. So, tongue-in-cheek action game Killer Bean is bringing its over-the-top sandbox gameplay to players. A trailer. Yeah. It's I think it's meant to be like a GTA style game. But yeah, Killer Bean is like, I don't know, it was some weird meme that everyone was doing for a while. And so yeah, they're making a fucking game about it.
I mean, it's gonna flop, let's be honest, but
probably. Also then we got a new update for Power World.
Ooh, are they fixing things?
So this is their biggest update yet, I think, which is adding new pals. I was going to say mons, but that's not right.
Yeah, be careful your legal lawsuit there.
Yep. And oh my god, why do these videos not play? There we go. Let's try this one.
Oh yeah,
and it's got a Japanese style. We're getting some new stuff.
Are they actually adding the ability to have private servers?
Yeah. Dedicated
cool.
servers on Xbox now. They're adding new buildings, new raids, new enemies, an oil rig. So there's going to be stuff in the thing. Yeah. I think some of the these new things actually look unique. Like, they don't look like Pokemon.
Don't get me wrong. I like the idea of Power World, but I just cannot play it until there's dedicated servers.
Yeah. I think it also was very buggy and everything like that. So I think whatever the... I don't know what happened there. I think, yeah. So we're getting raids and stuff. We're getting... I think it's going to be an improvement. I don't know if I'll go back just yet. I think I'll see if other people want to play it.
I think I'd wait a little bit longer. I think once the PC gets dedicated servers. Yeah,
it's just because Microsoft bought into this very heavily.
I'm pretty aware. But once PC gets dedicated servers, then I'll go into it. And maybe because I'm obviously playing Destiny 2 right now, but once the hype for that's died down, then.
Yeah. Other than that, I think that's most of the stuff that happened in Summer Games Fest fashion. There was another Monster Hunter game. Yeah, that's basically it. There's not much Summer Games Fest stuff that was interesting. Like,
I think that's mainly the thing for this year. I mean, get on to Xbox. Xbox has got the only interesting things, I guess.
Yeah. It was also, I think there's the controversy around how much it cost developers to have time slots, because it was something stupid like for 30 seconds of footage, it was like £200,000, or like a minute was like 250,000. I'll see if I can find it whilst we go on to Ubisoft.
Yeah, so to
Star Wars. You're a Star Wars person.
Well, I will play the new Star Wars one eventually. I know it's now on Game Pass, but I've decided to be a bit more financially sensible and cancel my subscription services and then watch everything all at once, or do everything all at once and then cancel it again.
Wow, so smart.
So I'm going to play the new Star Wars at some point, but not yet. But I look forward to playing it. Thing is, I only really like the Fallen Order games, or the Star Wars Jedi. Sorry, I should say, because the new one's not called Fallen Order, is it?
Oh, AI treat. Okay, that's not what I was wondering about.
It's not Danny's brain of going through many different ideas all at once.
No. Fuck me. Indie controversy. Fuck me. Okay. Why is it not up here? Whatever.
Just move on.
But yeah, it's fine. Whatever. It was expensive to get in on Games Fest, and they gave maybe like one or two indies like free exposure or something. But yeah, so we got Star Wars Outlaws. The controversy I think we covered briefly was that it's Ubisoft and they're trying to gouge people for as much money as they can.
Ubisoft
and I think
are the worst. They actually are the worst.
It's interesting because they are getting up there.
Because
they also have
they're worse than EA now.
We'll get to the other controversy about Ubisoft, but that one I don't feel is as justified. But I can see why people are mad. X-Defiant is basically a whole bunch of Ubisoft character game stuff shoved into one multiplayer thing. It was big selling point was it doesn't have skill-based matchmaking. So people
that's like a selling point. People will get really pissed off with that.
Yeah, it's basically just a whole bunch of different Ubisoft franchises and guns and things from that. I haven't played it. It's free, so it's gonna be heavily microtransactioned, I guess. Came out a couple weeks ago, I think. Then you have Skull and Bones. No one cares about that. Another Prince of Persia game, and then a roguelike Prince of Persia game, and then they announced the remake of a Prince of Persia game. Then you got Avatar, more stuff for Avatar. Then you got Crew Motorfest.
Do you know what Ubisoft feels like to me? It feels like the Paramount of games, where they're trying to make their own thing, but they really don't have enough source material.
Well, Paramount's got a whole bunch of things going on. It's being potentially bought by other people.
Well, yeah. I mean, their streaming services, they haven't got enough to warrant...
But this is the one that everyone's talking about, Dan. Monopoly. We're getting another Monopoly for PC.
Brilliant. Just what I needed. To lose more friends.
Yeah. I thought there already was a Monopoly for PC.
No, there is.
I guess I was wrong. And then we got some more stuff for Honor. And then this is the one that everyone's mad at. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Because they made a Japanese Assassin's Creed game, but they put a black man in the lead.
I mean, why do people care that much?
Because I think... Okay, so the controversy, I think, is they're very upset that there's diversity. And also, I understand. I understand where the annoyance comes from because it's a game set in Japan and everyone's been begging for this. And they wanted to play as a Japanese character. Male, probably, because that's the history. So this is Ubisoft trying to go back. And apparently, there was a black samurai, but it's highly contested whether or not that black samurai existed, and the story of it is written by a white guy.
I feel like people are just trying to complain about something.
True.
It doesn't feel like this is enough to warrant any complaints.
I think it's more that people are a bit... like, in terms of, like, I think Japanese people are pissed as well, because you wait all this time for a Assassin's Creed game set in Japan, and you don't get to see yourself in the game, because Ubisoft goes, well, there's no interesting Japanese character stories. We'll go for the made-up black man story. So I understand.
I can kind of see that.
But then also you have the white people going, I don't like black men.
Yeah, that's what
they go, how does a 6'3" black man hide among the Japanese locals as a stealth assassin?
There's only 2 characters in this game. I swear there's 2.
Yes. But it's like all Ubisoft games. I think they just do the same story.
Yeah,
or do different stories. I think they converge. I don't know. I haven't played a Ubisoft game like Assassin's Creed in ages.
Ubisoft do way worse things that are warrant complaints than this.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just people getting... But I can see some of the understanding, but I also think people are just being incredibly annoyingly, like, controversially racist.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it as, like, everyone is. Like, there are justifiable reasons to be pissed. Like, I wasn't expecting this, and I was like, why? Because I've been really enjoying the Japanese stuff. We've got Shogun, we've got Blue Eye Samurai, these, like, rich, deep looks into, like, Japanese culture, that aesthetic of that olden period of time, that old classic samurai. And I think it's an odd choice to go, yep, we're not going to focus on any, like, old school stories. We're going to try and make our own. So, I don't know. I get it. I don't think people should be I don't know. It's annoying.
It's usually a vocal minority.
Yeah. I don't think most people... I think most people will be like, Assassin's Creed game, whatever. But here we are. We've made it to the Xbox showcase.
Yeah, this
the
is
one everyone's like,
about.
Hell yeah. So, what did you think about Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Dan?
I thought it was quite funny how they just gave up on doing other namings, because we had Cold War previously, and then they just went like, well, we're excited Black Ops 6.
Yeah. But you can talk more about this, because I'm sure you're more interested in zombies than I am. So
I mean, I am more interested in the zombies. I'm curious to know what they're going to do with it. They've said they're going to go back to round-based zombies, which is thank fuck, because what the fuck was the open world shit? Honestly, I don't know what's going on with zombies for the past many years. People want the simplicity of things.
Theater mode is back as well.
What's that?
Theater mode's back. So for content creators, it makes making content where you can see different perspectives of the game much more easily available.
Yeah, I think they're going the right way of doing things. I'm more just curious to know about what it's going to be like. The good thing is it's on Game Pass. I mean, I don't know, maybe not a good thing, but good thing for me is on Game Pass.
For
now.
I don't know. It's a good thing for the, I guess, general audience who doesn't give a shit about big corporations and whatnot and just wants to play a game.
Well, from my point of view, I'm probably going to buy 1 month of the Game Pass, cancel it immediately, and just play Call of Duty for a month. And then that'll be it, me done. And then
That's not what Microsoft wants you to do. They want you to stay on it forever.
If Microsoft
this is the whole reason they're doing it.
If Microsoft are playing this game, I'm going to play them at that game.
Oh yeah, I'm 100% going to play it and then just never buy anything on it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an odd choice.
If Microsoft want to do this shit, I'm going to punish them for it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe me by myself.
I would be so curious to see how much money... Like, I don't think they're going to lose that much money, but I would be interested to see how many people sign up just to play this. But
they're probably going to have a massive surge of player base come in. And 3 months later, they're going to have a massive drop.
Probably. But I mean, I don't know. I've stopped playing CODs. I saw the movement systems being changed, where you can run backwards now and run sideways and
That makes no
run
sense.
in every direction. Yeah, but yep. But they made it
I've never understood this. Why do they just keep changing things? You don't need to keep changing it.
because they put it in different engines.
But they don't need to change the movement.
But people complain, Dan.
They complain it's too complicated. People just want to be able to run.
Yeah, and now you can
No, but
in every direction and dolphin dive again.
that's been there for a while.
Yeah, but it got taken out on some of them, didn't it?
Yeah, but I think it came back a fairly long time, like a few CODs ago now.
Yeah, but I think it got taken away again. 'Cause
Anyway,
people were like,
I mean-
oh my god, dolphin diving is back.
The campaign sounds quite interesting. I don't know. We'll see.
I probably end up just playing the campaign and then just not playing it.
I've not played a Call of Duty since.
I used to play every single Call of Duty campaign, and then I think what happened was people just didn't want to play the campaign together, so they just started doing multiplayer, and I was like, oh, okay. And then people just kept trying to drag me every time I was on, trying to play the campaign, so I stopped trying to play the campaigns. Also, I think they just got worse.
So 2020 was the last time I played a Call of Duty.
When was Modern Warfare?
2019.
That was the last COD I've played. No, I played like 2 seconds of Modern Warfare 2.
I've not
Remake.
played any Modern Warfare, so.
I only did it because I could hijack it off someone else's account and play it on my account. So,
Yeah,
Doom: The Dark Ages is the next game that was announced. Everyone seems very excited about this because it's Doom, super manly, and it's fighting dragons and shit.
to be fair, it sounds cool.
I don't have a problem with the Doom games. I think the remake ones looked cool, and I'm sad I didn't play them because they were expensive and hard.
Do you know during the showcase, the Xbox people were very keen to let everyone know every single game it will come day one to Game Pass.
They do that every conference.
No, but what is this? Every game they said it after every single game they showed.
Yeah, but they've done that every
I
time.
know, but it's just funny.
I love it because it's just like, yeah, this is 100% coming to day one Game Pass. We know.
I was like, we yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Your entire market base is based on this game coming to Game Pass day one. Like, that's the only reason you're doing any of these games, is so that you can sell Xbox Game Pass.
A quick tangent. Oh, we should do another podcast on that. It was also the Apple's WDC conference.
Oh, what the AI shit.
Well, they marketed AI as Apple Intelligence
Yeah.
because that's an Apple thing to do.
Yeah. I think this looks cool. I will maybe play it on Game Pass until my Game Pass runs out, which I think is maybe in a couple months. So I don't know if it will last till 2025. State of Decay 3. I don't know why people were excited about this, because I think everyone hated the last State of Decay 2.
Oh, right. Okay.
But I could be wrong. But I thought most people didn't like State of Decay, and then I think because Xbox people were so starved for content, they were like, anything! We got something. Great. Dragon Age, the Veil Guard is a new Dragon Age. I think there was a controversy about this, that it was getting mass downvoted for some reason. I can't remember. But I don't think people were excited about this. I briefly saw it. I'll see if I can find out what that is. But have you ever played a Dragon Age game, Dan?
I have not. It looks cool, though.
Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. I think Dragon Age games are fine. I don't think they're amazing. But sorry, I'm distracted by trying to find this thing just to see if there was a controversy.
Another time, Danny gets distracted trying to find a controversy.
Hang on. Yeah, it's being mass downvoted. I don't know why, but yeah. It is apparently being mass downvoted. Anyway, then we had Starfield Shattered Space, a DLC for Starfield, a game that everyone didn't really like that much, even though it was hyped to shit. I played about 4 hours of it, and I didn't like it. The most entertaining thing I had in that game was I shot up a bunch of people in a town or a station and had the entire police force come at me, and I killed every single one of them, and then I tried to leave to go to space, and then it got really annoying because your spaceship combat is garbage, and I just kept dying over and over again, and I had to reset the save because I couldn't leave.
Yeah, is Starfield still hated a lot?
I think so, because it's not a good Bethesda game. I think I just don't think it was very well received. And also, it brought light to the greatest meme ever, pronouns! Which is just brilliant. Because who the fuck cares? We're getting some more stuff for Fallout 76, a game that I think people have turned around on because of they sort of fixed some of it.
Yeah.
But
it's a live service game, isn't it?
Yeah. It's the base builder live service one that had nothing in it and was buggy as shit, and everyone was like, this is garbage, why are you doing this? And then over the course of however many years it's been since it launched, like a No Man's Sky, they've kind of put stuff back into it. That was the other thing. I think there's a controversy about Starfield because they're adding paid mods to it.
Paid mods?
Yeah. So I think Starfield's now getting like developer added mods, which are just DLCs and stuff. I think there's an entire campaign mission that's now a mod that costs like 10 quid from the store. And there's like, you can add a vintage room to your spaceship, or you can add some plushies, and they're like deals, they're like 5-7 quid. And they made up a new currency so that you had to pay. So I think people are not happy. So I think it's now being mass downvoted on Steam.
Yeah, so yeah, I've got the Steam charts now, and it's getting an average of probably about 250 negative reviews a day.
Yeah, so if you look at the comments, I think people were just pissed because Bethesda's tried this so many times to add paid mods or add a mod system that people pay for. And also, I think there was the controversy about Starfield where modders were leaving it because they weren't having fun with the game. And the whole reason people mod games is because they have fun and they want to make new stuff to it.
Yeah.
So them trying to then add paid mods to it is really bad for them. So
I've never
people weren't happy.
understood game studios kind of trying to kill off mods.
I think they're trying to strike a balance of they're like, oh yeah, we can monetize this. Because Bethesda games, people have always fixed their games. Like, because they love the story, but they're like, oh, there's some few bugs and stuff that we would make this game more enjoyable. So out of the goodness of my heart, I'll go fix it. And I'll ask for donations, but I won't charge people to play it. Because I think you can't sell a mod that fixes someone's game without them going, oh, I'll take legal action against you. So them trying to then do this is like, oh yeah, we can profit off of it, but you can't, but we'll also not like help you or stuff. Then we had South of Midnight, which is like a stop motion looking game.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I remember about this is the video looked kind of choppy because the frame rate looked weird. I don't know if that was just the live stream or whatever happened, but yeah, it's an old folktale set in a third-person action design. It looked interesting. I don't know. It
sounds kind of cool. It sounds like my kind of game.
Yeah, you might like it. Caliber Obscure Expedition 33. Yup.
Yeah, that sounds like a game.
An RPG player will lead an expedition, desperate adventure to destroy the pain trees. Who
Looks
are
kind of cool.
hell-bent. It looks like every action RPG.
Yeah, just looks kind of generic, to be honest.
Perfect Dark, which is a game that I think originally was from 2000. And then, so I got it up. So, whoop, that's not what I wanted to do. Right, so this is the original Perfect Dark. It was made by Rare, the people who did like Donkey Kong Country and Banjo-Kazooie. And then Microsoft bought Rare at some point. And so this has just been one of those games that has been sat in Microsoft's like Vault franchise for like ages.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 2018, it was announced that it was getting a remake or at least a new entry by Initiative, which is a new studio made it's specifically by Microsoft to make this game. And it had people from the Square Enix's 2013 Tomb Raider game. And then it was announced this game has been delayed so many times and so many things, and it's just like, oh, okay. They initially partnered with Square Enix to help make, like Crystal Dynamics to help make it or work on it, and then they left ways. And so yeah, this game has just had so many issues. It switched engines at some point, and now it's finally it's finally had another shine in the spotlight, I guess.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This was like people were like, I really love that original game, and then everyone was like, I can't wait for this. And then it got announced in 2018 originally, so it's been 6 years since anything's really been heard of it except negative things, and now it's back. And everyone's super excited, I guess. I don't know why. It's had huge development problems, and it's probably not even going to come out anytime
just sounds
soon.
like another Cyberpunk situation.
Yeah. Then we got Warcraft shit. Then we got Age of Mythology Retold. Cool. Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn. Yep.
Yep, another game. Yep, sure.
An indie Souls-like, so yep. Then we got, which is, I think, this game had been already announced, so I don't know why people were like, oh yeah, Microsoft got this. That's cool. This was Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, which is a remake of a original PS2, PS1 Metal Gear Solid game. I'm just saying, PS2.
Right, everyone joking off Xbox when I said, oh yeah, Xbox got the better games. They've had no games basically since launch. They're only just getting games now.
Yeah, so 4 years later, they've finally got some games coming out next year.
It's not like they've done well for themselves. And to be honest, most of these games will probably be played on PC anyway.
Also, a lot of these are developed games. The only ones like Fable is now an Xbox exclusive, which everyone's excited for, but also has had massive development issues for years. Because I think this was originally announced back in the early 2010s. So I don't know. We got more Sea of Thieves stuff. Then we got Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Everyone's super excited about this, but they didn't go and watch that movie, did they?
Yeah.
So I don't know. This was meant to originally be like a cross-platform game, and then Microsoft bought the studio. So it was just like, nah, we're going to make it exclusive. Which I don't know if Disney's very happy about. Because I don't know how much money this game's going to make if it goes to Game Pass day one. So Microsoft must have paid a shit ton of money to Disney, because I can't imagine Disney's very happy that this isn't going to be released on multiple platforms.
Yeah, that's a good point, Diva.
And then we got Fragpunk, which is another NetEase game, which is a 5v5 hero shooter set in a vibrant futuristic universe. From the image alone, it looks interesting. Then we got Winterborough. You're a mouse. That's it.
Cool. I'm a mouse. Lovely.
It's one of those cute little story-driven games, I imagine. Then we got Mixtape, which is 3 friends embark on one final adventure together in a mixtape.
Yep, lovely.
A combination.
Sounds so
Which,
interesting.
I don't know, it sounds interesting. But, I don't know, it must have a good soundtrack.
Yeah, that's true. The soundtrack sounds good, but I don't know.
So you
The
got
concept
Smashing
doesn't
Pumpkin.
sound that interesting to me.
You got another Microsoft Flight Simulator game.
And that's going to be
That seems like something you'd like.
I think I don't know. I get kind of bored of it, I imagine.
Then we had Assassin's Creed Shadows again, Atom Fall,
That sounds kind of
which
cool.
is Sniper Elite and Zombie Army developer of Rebellion's next game. So, I don't know, that seems interesting because I like the Sniper Elite and Zombie Army game.
I was going to say, they're quite good developers, sorry.
Yeah. I don't know I think that might be coming to other platforms, I'm not sure. Oh, and classic British sci-fi is one of the inspirations.
Well, it's a big picture of a red phone box.
Yeah.
It's like the most British thing you can do.
Then we got Life is Strange Double Exposure. I like the first Life is Strange game. I don't think I played any of the others. They're just like Telltale style games.
I didn't know there's more than one game.
There's like 4 at this point. Maybe 5? Oh, maybe this is I think this might be a sequel. Because there's spin-offs, but this might actually be a continuation. Because I can't remember if the main character's name was Max. I think it was.
I'll have a quick look.
Yeah, I think this might be a continuation. Because I know there was a spin-off or a prequel. Then there was like Captain Underpants or something stupid. That was like a free spin-off. Then there was like Life is Strange 2 or something that wasn't... I don't remember if followed the story of Life is Strange. Because I think it had a different mechanic.
So Life is Strange 2 came out in 2018.
Yeah. But I don't think it follows the original characters.
And the True Colors number 3.
Yeah. But I don't think those follow the main character, so I think this is coming back to the main character of the first one. But yeah, then we got Mecha Break, which is a mech game. So, I don't know. Looks cool. I liked Hawken. Do you remember Hawken?
No.
It was like a PC.
I don't know.
It's a PC like mech game. Where you're kind of like Titanfall, but not as energetic.
What happened to Titanfall? Did they just die?
I think the studio... No, they made Star Wars.
Oh, right.
I think it was... Yeah, I think it was the Titanfall 2 developers who made Fallen Order. Or, and the Jedi...
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So, look at you, Dan. You hated Titanfall. But they made your favorite Star Wars.
I don't think I hated Titanfall. I just didn't see... didn't really appeal to me.
Stalker 2. Great. I don't think I've ever played a Stalker game. Wu Chang Fallen Feathers revealed. A Souls-like game, so we're getting more of them. I don't know. I'm tired of Souls-like games.
I think this is just Xbox trying to...
this is just them pumping everything that they've got in development out.
Yeah, they're just trying to get everything out at once.
Avowed is the next game by, I think, the studio Obsidian? Yeah, there we go. So they're the people who did, like... I can't remember what Obsidian did. What did Obsidian do? Why are they... what? I can't remember what Obsidian was known for. God, that's going to piss people off. Oops.
Obsidian? Oh, we talked about this the other day, didn't we?
Yeah, I think they did like a Fallout game.
Yes, it was. They did New Vegas, didn't they?
Yeah, and the Outer Worlds and Pillars of Eternity and South Park: The Stick of Truth. Yeah, there we go. I think. Boom. Yeah, they did Fallout New Vegas. That's why everyone's super excited about this. Because the Fallout TV show has brought everyone back to playing Fallout games, and this is the next big game from them. And then everyone jizzed their pants because Gears of War's back, and it's a prequel, so you get to play as your favorite character, Marcus Phoenix, again.
Oh, why did he die?
I guess. I don't know. I played like one.
I've never played Gears of War.
I know, because it's an Xbox exclusive, and I've never had. Well, I never had. I did have an Xbox 360, and I think I played one of them for like maybe 20 minutes, and I just hated the cover mechanic. So I was like, nope. Set 14 years before the first game, Gears of War E-Day will focus on the emergence of the Locust Horde and humanity's desperate struggle for survival. And then last but not least, we had some new Xbox announcements. We got 1 terabyte versions of the S and X, and a 2 terabyte Galaxy Black version of the Series X.
Yeah, also the new 1 terabyte Series X is digital only.
Yep.
It's the first Series X that's digital only.
Also, I think they backtracked on their cylindrical versions, because when they had that leak of the FTC, I think all of that stuff was cylindrical.
No, but that might still come out as the pros.
Maybe. I'm surprised they didn't show that off, because everyone's seen it. That's why I think they probably backtracked, because I think everyone hated it. So
no, I think
like,
that's going to be to do with the pros.
Maybe. I don't know, but they're probably better off showing that off than this.
Yeah, but it might not be ready yet. Because
but they can just show a photo. This is just a photo.
No, but the FTC, they have to show everything in development. And they're probably holding their cards to the chest because PlayStation's not revealed theirs yet, so they're not revealing theirs.
Yeah, but this would be a good way, like, after you've announced all these games, go, here's the new hardware, it's coming this year.
You're right, it would be good, but I'm just saying that there will be another Pro console coming out at some point.
Yeah, I think it was meant to be scheduled for this year.
So maybe it's not this year, maybe it's next year. No.
Maybe, but why not announce your new...
To be fair, Sony's not announced theirs yet.
Yeah, but Sony doesn't need to. They're winning.
Yeah, I guess so, but...
Like, this is why I was like, like, PlayStation didn't really announce any big games, because I think they've already had a bunch of big games.
They already had a few come out, and there's already other ones in the works.
Yeah.
Like the new Wolverine game and those kind of things. But yeah, I think that pretty much sums up the gaming news that's come out.
Yeah. What would you say is the one you're most looking forward to?
I mean, it's gonna be stupid. I mean, I might get hate for it, but I want to see what Call of Duty Zombies is again. Because Call of Duty Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 2 Zombies were some of my favorite games for those reasons. And even I really enjoyed doing Black Ops 3 gun game.
Yeah.
That was so much fun. Black Ops 3 gun game. I maintain that's the most fun gun game I've ever had.
Yeah. I still maintain that the most fun I've had in Call of Duty is Modern Warfare 2 Spec Ops missions.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm excited to see what it's going to be. What I'm saying is going to go back to normal. Apart from that, Astrobot sounds quite cool. I like the Astrobot games.
Yep.
But apart from that, I don't think I'll probably play anything else.
I don't know. I think I'll have a look at the the thing I was going to say about the Among Us TV series. I know it's nothing to do with games. Is it just kind of, I thought there was going to be something more interesting about the animation style, but it just kind of looks like every YouTuber parody that you see on YouTube.
Well, it's like the Mr. Beast when he did the Squid Game in real life. He did a better job than Netflix.
True, but I was expecting, I don't know, I just thought maybe a bit more of an interesting art style to it. But look at the cast.
Oh, of course it's Patton Oswalt. That man is in every single franchise there ever has been.
You got Dan Stevens, Elijah Wood, Ashley Johnson from The Last of Us, Randall Park, Wayne Knight, Yvette Nickel. Like look at that stacked cast for this, for characters that don't talk in the game.
Do you know how fun it would have been if it was just a parody, but it was just like no one was talking the whole TV show?
Yeah, I would have loved that if it was like a silent cartoon.
Yeah.
Like, and they just held up signs to have text. But yeah, ultimately, I think it was a fine showcase for games. I think Microsoft probably did the best job at showing games that people were interested in, because it's franchises that people have been desperate to have new entries in for ages.
Yeah, I think for Microsoft, it was just more of a lot of delayed games came in all at once, as opposed to, actually having, because after these games come out.
Also, take away all of the Blizzard stuff and all of the Bethesda stuff. What would Microsoft have? Stuff. That's what I said. Activision and Bethesda, didn't I?
Yeah, there's not much there.
Like, if they hadn't gone out and spent over $80 billion, I think, what would they have to show? Because, like, none of it. Yep. And hey, look, how many of those studios will survive after they don't make any money off of it?
Yeah.
Because they're going to put Call of Duty on it, and everyone's just going to be playing Call of Duty on Game Pass, and they're not going to play any other game.
That's true. That's very true.
So, I don't know. Overall, I think it was fine. I don't think any of these games I'm going to be rushing out to play.
No, I can sympathize with that.
I'll probably get Call of Duty because it's on Game Pass, but I probably won't really play it. I don't know. I don't have any drive to play this new Call of Duty because I don't like zombies.
That's
the
thing,
probably
right?
the only thing that will interest me. Yeah. The thing is, the only thing that will interest me is the multiplayer, the campaign, and I haven't played a Call of Duty campaign in years. So
hey, you might as well give it a go though. If you're paying for Game Pass anyway.
It depends. I don't know if my Game Pass. I don't know when my Game Pass runs out. Because I'm paying off an Xbox on my phone bill, and that gave me 2 years of Game Pass. So I think maybe I've got like another year. So I don't know how many of these games I'll actually play. I still haven't played fucking Plague's Tale 2, and then I waited so long it came out on PlayStation Plus, so I can play it on PlayStation, which is my preferred console controller. So I don't know.
That's on you. That's on you, man. You should have done it.
The only thing I have is Hellblade, and I still haven't played that. So I probably am contributing.
There's too many
to
games
the
out there. That's the problem. And people have lives as well.
Yeah, and all the studios want live service games.
Which makes no sense. Please stop making live service games.
Yeah, but hey, look. Hollywood? Video game developers aren't the problem, it's the studios behind them.
It is, yeah.
So, it's good for developers because they got games coming out. It's bad for the game industry because they'll take the wrong lessons from when games don't make money.
Yeah, very true.
And on that note, we did a job at looking at the news, didn't we?
We did. And next week, it's Doctor Who, I think.
Yep.
Danny's not here.
I look forward to asking questions if I do turn up. But yeah, we'll see you next time then. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Where is it? Stop.